Hello everybody, welcome to the Sam Howell career simulation in Madden 24. We are dealing with an absolute stud here. Sure, he may be a little smaller at 6'1". Optimal size for quarterback is probably a little taller than that. Out of UNC, 72 overall field general, strong arm, scrambler, improviser. Very balanced quarterback. His awareness definitely could be up, but nice throw power. His accuracies look great for now, and he's showed flashes in real life of being the potential long-term starter for the Commanders. The rest of this team really isn't great, and sure, you've got great pieces on it and developing pieces on it like Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin. Curtis Samuel's been underrated for a very long time. Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson make a very solid 1-2 punch at running back, and you have a very good quarterback, in my opinion. You look at any other picture than this one, you will realize Howell doesn't care. Don't know what I mean? Look at this or this one. He just looks kind of homeless sometimes here and there, you know, but he's still a very good looking man. That jawline, the wideness of that chin. We all know how good this defense is. Manuel Forbes really hasn't played up to this Madden caliber that they have him here at in real life, to the point where he's gotten benched. But yeah, I have some very good playbooks on there. Definitely good playbooks. Dallas Cowboys or Cowgirls. And let's see what he can do in the first half of the season. Not forcing wins or anything to get to where their current record is in real life, but we'll just kind of go with the flow. See what this Commanders team is capable of. Yikes, 1-6 is not good. Sam Howell started at a 72, already up to that 74 mark with this next upgrade pending. Obviously, I'd say improviser just should go up a little bit, you know, because it's his lowest one. CPU won't really tend to get to that, and he needs it. So throw accuracy mid and +4 throw on the run. Attaboy, up to 84 now. Sam Howell, more like Sam Himwell. Cheesy, I know, and Sam Howell hasn't started the season too great. 1,500 yards is fine, 10 touchdowns is amazing, but 10 interceptions is a lot. Rushing the ball, Sam Howell has been quite good and has no fumbles, which is always nice to see. So Sam Howell almost up to 200 yards on the ground. Brian Robinson, all things considered, has been amazing. Receiving, Terry McLaurin's been great. Samuel's been fine. Jahan Dotson's been all right. And Cole Turner, your starting tight end, is not ideal. I don't know where Logan Thomas went in Madden. He's just not here. We'll see how the Commanders can close out the season, simming to the playoffs, aka the end of the year, because I don't think we'll make the playoffs on the pace that we're on right now. We do finish the season 7-10, so I guess it's a pretty nice turnaround from where we started, but not the numbers we're looking for. Sam Howell, 4,000 yards on the season. It's not bad at all. That's 5th in the league, and 27 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Still a lot of interceptions. Brian Robinson kind of cooled off as the season went on. Howell was still great on the ground as well. Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin both over 1,000 yards. Curtis Samuel was a good complimentary piece. Cole Turner was fine. Nothing special. And in the defensive side of things here, just kind of looking for playbook reasons to see how well they did. And we'll be headed to next season, where we'll get a new look Washington Commanders team. See, I don't really need to rebuild this team or keep tabs on what's happening around the league and the team and try to make it better, because it's not a rebuild, it's a career simulation. So it's kind of whatever Madden does over the offseason, I really don't care about. It's just kind of making sure that we're putting Sam Howell in the best place to start or just be good and progress. So Sam Howell is up to a 76 overall. I'm going to make sure they didn't bring in anyone, and this is actually okay. Fun story. I heard this on one of the podcasts. I think it was NFL Stock Exchange, one of PFF's draft podcasts, whatever. Kirk Cousins to the Washington Commanders could be exactly what they need. Like, that was kind of just a fun thing, and Madden actually did it, but I don't care. Sam Howell will still start, and they did draft a tight end, which is good. Offensive line is progressing. It's not amazing, but it's good. And then Jahan Dotson will pop over that wide receiver 2 spot. Just going through, making sure everything's kind of sorted and okay. And I will set the depth chart right for the receiving reasons, like the receivers need to get the right shares and stuff. I will do that, but you guys will see me at midseason. Sam Howell and the rest of the team are 3-4. We'll go over here to stats and awards. Sam Howell, 1,800 yards, only 6 touchdowns, and a lot of interceptions. Hopefully you can clean that up as the season goes on, but definitely not what you like to see him start the season with. Chris Rodriguez is your running back 2. He's horrible. And receiving, Terry McLaurin's been fine. Samuel's great, and Jahan Dotson's all right. The new tight end is coming, not been much better than Cole Turner. McLaurin will continue to be that wide receiver 1 that you really need as a young quarterback, and kind of a piece that you can work with, I guess. I don't know, kind of just every quarterback kind of has that not that safety blanket, but that guy that helps them as a mentor, as a trustworthy piece on their offense with them, I guess. I don't know. In just year 2 of this career simulation, we do hit the jackpot. Go to the wild card already. We'll look at the stats and awards to finish the season off. Sam Howell wasn't great, same as last year pretty much, and I'm sure there's a lot more interceptions. Not actually, okay, but 24 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, not amazing. Rushing, Brian Robinson was fine. Sam Howell was a lot worse than he was last year. Receiving, McLaurin was great. Samuel was amazing, and Jahan Dotson was fine. He had 1,000 yards last year, kind of put him in a minimized role so Curtis Samuel could see some more, because I raved about how good he was and how underrated he's been for a while. Defensively, once again, just looking for playbook reasons to see, you know, if they're sharing the love on the defensive line here against the 14-3 Atlanta Falcons. Can we beat them? I highly doubt it, but there's that one-off chance, and we do. Okay, we beat them by 16, actually pretty convincingly. Here we'll see who the player to upgrade is. Oh, Curtis Hodges, great. I was been dying to upgrade him and make him better and progress. Can we beat the Dallas Cowgirls, another 14-3 NFC team? And we finally lose, only by 3 though. Fares well for us. And I actually think that this upcoming season can be Sam Howell's contract year. I don't know if he re-signed. I didn't care to check because I didn't really think about it. He might be gone. Moment of truth now. Will we see Sam Howell in this lineup? We do, and he's up to a 78 overall. That's actually very good. No, it wasn't. I think this is his contract season, so I made all that fuss for nothing. It is. This is the last year of Sam Howell's deal. He has a lot of interest in coming back to Washington, which is a good sign because he's developed really well here so far. 78 overall. Worked with guys like Robinson. McLaurin might be on that downtrend yet, or already, I should say. Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel. I'll make Curtis Samuel the number 2, and then Jahan Dotson can go see some slot reps, I guess. We'll see what we can do with this this offensive line. We got worse at tackle for sure without Andrew Wiley. Defensively, things looking kind of fine, but the same as they were, honestly. Why is Tre'Tavious Martin up here? He's not a corner. He's a safety, and I guess not a good one, so they just put him down to corner. I don't know why he's listed at corner. He's he was drafted as a safety. I think he played on the other side of Sidney Brown at Illinois. Now I have to go make sure that's true. Is it true? Is it Illinois? It is, so don't test me. We'll head off to mid-season and we'll see what the team's up to. Wow, we start off 6-1 and we actually stop on our bye week here. That's amazing. And Brian Robinson, not the reason why. Okay, shut up. It's not your time to shine. This is the career simulation of Sam Howell, who has started the season amazingly. Oh my god, breakout season Sam Howell incoming. Almost 1,900 yards, 21 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 21 touchdowns in 7 games. Oh my lord. Rushing, Brian Robinson has been okay. He's been meh. You know, Sam Howell though, 4 yards per carry. That's amazing. Receiving, Jahan Dotson leading the team with Terry McLaurin right behind him. Both have equal amount of catches with Curtis Samuel not too far behind him, all things considered. And the tight end, the young tight end out of Penn State's not really producing at an elite level. 2 big names with an upgrade here, Jonathan Allen and Curtis Samuel. I just mentioned that because why not, man? Auto upgraded them. Headed to the playoffs, and at this pace, we might as well be in that week 1 bye, or I guess that wild card bye. The playoff bye, the number 1 seed bye. Never mind, we weren't even first in our division. We go 12-5, get undermined by the Cowboys, or the Cowgirls. I hate calling them the Cowboys, but Sam Howell finishes season 3rd in the NFL with 4,333 yards, 34 touchdowns to only 11 interceptions. Is good. I would like to see the interception number go down still. Sam Howell, 400 yards on the ground is really good, along with Brian Robinson's 1,400. Receiving, very good stuff from Terry McLaurin to end off the season. Jahan Dotson was amazing, and Curtis Samuel was also fine. And Rainey just around that exactly 10 yards a catch, 5 receiving touchdowns as well. Check out the defense, see if there's any crazy numbers getting put up. Nothing. Wild card against the 10-7 Rams. Can we beat them in the wild card? It's actually more likely that we lose because they're a worse team. Madden's very weird. So Sam Howell in a contract year has a massive breakout season that we haven't seen from him so far. He's going to be getting paid the big bucks. He might even be up to star development now. We'll be seeing if he lands back with the Commanders onto a next team or even retires. I doubt that he does the 3rd thing, but we'll see. Now we'll go ahead and see, is Sam Howell back in this lineup or is he gone? He is back. Okay, thank God, and he is up to star development. 82 overall, playing up to an 83. He's turned into a very good player in this short time already. I mean, we barely got into this thing and he's been amazing. His break sack could use a little bit of work. Throw under pressure could use a little bit of work. I'm guessing that improviser has stayed his lowest, and it has at only a 77 overall. I've been keep on looking out for his upgrades so I can upgrade it, but nothing really seems to happen there. Only 82 speed. I thought he'd have a little bit more than that. Other than that, he's been great though. Like, he is a great quarterback. Into the midseason we go, and I did give Jahan Dotson a little bit of a higher role and took away a lot from Curtis Samuel. So we'll see a lot of that 1-2 punch with McLaurin and Jahan Dotson instead of trying to make it a three-way with Curtis Samuel and McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. I think that's all the names right. Speaking of, Jahan Dotson has a breakout challenge. We'll see if he can get that one done. Very low chance, but we'll see. Ooh, stats on the season. Sam Howell, I already don't like this. You better have very little interceptions. He does almost 1,500 yards, which is a lot lower than we've seen from him. 12 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. With only 2 interceptions, that's really good. Robinson actually is kind of getting a little worse. Howell's not running for as much as he was. Terry McLaurin and actually Jahan Dotson has taken a step back compared to McLaurin, who's taken a massive step up, which is very peculiar. That was all the midseason mumbo jumbo. Now we're headed off to the playoffs or the end of the year. I'd assume we make the playoffs here. No, we didn't. Oh, we made the bye. Okay, so now we have the first round bye. Cool. Sam Howell rebounded very well. 4,330 yards pretty much. 33 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. Those are MVP caliber numbers if there was no such thing as Patrick Mahomes in this league. I guarantee you he has more yards than Sam Howell. Let's see. Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, and Patrick Mahomes. Oh boy, Joe Burrow with a massive season. But that's not the point here. We're here. We are the top of the NFC right now, and we're gonna ride our high horse here into a home game we have against the Carolina Panthers in divisional playoff. If we make the NFC Conference Championship, I might just have to hop in. How do the 7-10 49ers make their way to the conference championship? What's happening? Also, something I missed, Terry McLaurin led the league in receiving yards, by the way, with 1,500. Jahan Dotson was otherworldly for a number 2, and they both produce at a very elite rate, which is amazing. 10-7 now, 14-10 to start this one off. We just start the second half. Washington up 21-10, looking to make a dent in it is the Niners, but this one looks pretty much over. Who's got the ball? There was no need to jump in there. Sam Howell had a very good, oh my god, very good day. 90% completion percentage, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Terry McLaurin went for 130, and Jahan Dotson only had 8 yards on one. Wow, this was a very weird game, but 20-28. No need to jump in because we got the convincing win over the 7-10 49ers that somehow made it to the conference championship game. I think we're in the Super Bowl now, right? Ooh, let's view the Pro Bowl roster here and see if our guy made it, and he didn't. It was Jalen Hurts, Desmond Ridder, and Bryce Young making the NFC Pro Bowl team. No Sam Howell to be found, I guess. We'll see the Super Bowl Washington Commander team, right? So Terry McLaurin's up to 94 overall, playing up to 97. Jahan Dotson, superstar development. Sam Howell +7 morale is crazy, and he's up to a 91 overall with it. Superstar development. That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen +7 morale to a quarterback. Defensively, Montez Sweat, Emmanuel Forbes as a superstar, Kendall Fuller's X Factor, Derek Forrest as superstar. Lots going on here on this team, dev trait wise. Don't care about that. We're heading into a Super Bowl. Homeless Howell almost won Coach of the Year, by the way, just to let you guys know and see where Sam Howell ended up in the voting for MVP. It was 6th. Now we'll be headed into a Super Bowl, and here we are to start this one off. Baltimore goes right down, scores a touchdown. We get a turnover, it looks like, and Washington will put 14 up on the board, and it'll be 14 and then 21. Quick strike from the Washington Commanders. 28-17 now, still a 2-possession game. 42-17. We are killing them. We'll watch the Commanders cook. Now it'll probably just be all run plays, but look at Brian Robinson, man, getting out to the outside. He's up for a massive gain. He's had a big day today. 17 rushes, 130 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Been a force to be reckoned with. Sam Howell on 1st and 10, empty backfield, actually goes up the seam, and that is Rainey, the young Penn State tight end, catching that football for the touchdown. Sam Howell will have a dart straight to the end zone. Touchdown. Commanders, they'll just keep beating up on the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Sam Howell, you see this, just threads the needle on the seam, finds him in between safeties, and it looked like man coverage, I think. And Rainey just doing his best job to get into the end zone and has himself a Super Bowl touchdown. And we have decimated the Ravens in the Super Bowl. They made a late, possession or two to put up points to make the lead not look as much as it was. But Sam Howell has done it. He can't believe it. He has won a Super Bowl with the rest of this Commanders team. I'm all over the place right now. A very good day for Lamar Jackson, going 23 of 36, 355, 3 touchdowns. But it was Sam Howell with a 157.9 passer rate or QB rating, and 18 of 23, 285, and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was perfect. Rushing, Brian Robinson was near perfect. He was very, 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 very good. And Terry McLaurin was great, but Jahan Dotson was the focal point of this one. 5 catches, 143 yards. Very strong numbers with 2 touchdowns to add on to that. And Sam Rainey, we saw that touchdown late in the game, and Curtis Samuel actually had a touchdown. Your Super Bowl MVP is Sam Howell from the Super Bowl you guys last saw. It is the next day for me, so I'm gonna have to kind of refresh myself. Sam Himwell is up to an 85 overall, same as Jahan Dotson, except he's playing with +1 morale. Brian Robinson also an 85. Terry McLaurin here in the next season might be, because he's hitting the regression. The offensive line actually doesn't look horrible, and the younger tight end out of Penn State, 82 overall, and the defense should complement this offense just fine. So we'll head into yet another year of a Sam Howell or of the Sam Howell career sim. 4-3 at the midseason mark, and the next game is actually against a tough division opponent. We have not topped our division yet. That is all the Giants, but by the end of the season we should. But Sam Howell, did I see that correctly? First in the NFL in passing yards, 1,815 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Rushing, Brian Robinson is doing really well with McLaurin, and then Friedman. Why? I'm gonna change that. All right, this is not gonna happen. We're gonna have Tony Friedman in here doing what he's doing. Defensively though, nobody taking the league by storm on our defense, but Sam Howell, first in the NFL in passing yards at the midseason mark, actually pretty rare to see. And Sam Howell actually has a weekly award. I'm gonna go see however much he has. We have Jamin Davis with 17 tackles, which is insane. So Montez Sweat starts the season with 3 sacks, and then 2 weeks later, Jamin Davis has 17 tackles. And then it takes us a while to get back there, but in week 7, Sam Howell will top the players of the week for the NFC. Ooh, starting to believe that we might not have one of the better quarterbacks or teams in the league, going 9-8. You can go down to stats and awards. Sam Howell was 3rd in the league with 4,300 yards and then 37 touchdowns to quite a few interceptions. Not anything crazy though. Brian Robinson is kind of getting worse, you can tell. And Howell actually had 460 yards on the ground, so he had a very almost successful season. That isn't quite, he's very close, but not quite at that 5,000 mark for total scrimmage yards, which would be cool. And then Terry McLaurin, only 1,400 yards. I know it's kind of funny to say only, but Jahan Dotson trails. I wish he did a little bit more, and Rainey was actually not bad. Can we beat the Detroit Lions? Sorry, that was mumble jumble. I said, can we beat the Detroit Lions in the wild card? We didn't, and Jared Goff comes up and puts NFC offensive player of the week. But hey, we have the defensive player of the week, Cam Curl, 14 tackles and interception. That is very good. Sam Howell up to a 89 overall, basically a 90 overall though. Let's take a little pit stop here in Howelltown, as he is 27 years old to this point in this simulation here, 6 years under his belt in the league. And his ratings look great. Break sack is still at a 75. Speed, acceleration, carry, you guys can see all that. But throw power at 93. Deep accuracy is playing well with medium and short accuracy is great at this point. Under pressure is fine. Play action is fine. Throw on the run is actually pretty good. But I would like to see throw under pressure like a lot more. Like that is kind of meh, you know. And on the contract he's been locked up here for a while and probably will continue to be. He is on a very long-term deal, a very expensive deal here, and we can look at his awards. He's been to the Pro Bowl 2 times. He was a 5th round pick, obviously. He's the best quarterback in 2027, and he did win a Super Bowl MVP. Traits, I don't care. Career stats though, I do want to take a little look-see here at this one. Obviously sat that first year, and then came out the gun, or I guess I don't know, shot out of a cannon. All right, starts with 4,000 yards, 4,300 yards, 4,300 yards, and then 4,300 yards, and just been great and fixing his interceptions ever since. It's gone down every year except this last year. So We'll look to see if he can continue this career trajectory that looks amazing so far, and see if he could put it all together for a whole entire career, no matter what the team looks like. If he could be that sort of quarterback where it doesn't matter who's around him on offense, as long as he's the quarterback. Ooh, we start our season 3-3, and once again up against a division opponent here in week 8. And the Giants are actually 4-2. Although our whole division is killing it right now. Got a lot of tough competition. Sam Howell's really taken a step down in the yards department, but his touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He's taken a little bit more conservative than I'd like. Brian Robinson's just getting too old, but you're going to need someone else new sometime soon. Receiving, you can look around and try to point out something of good, but there's nothing great. And defensively, hopefully they're kind of carrying us. It doesn't really look like too much is happening on the defensive side of things either. So that explains why we're kind of playing poor. I should say poorly, because like I feel like that's just less, like, I don't know, it sounds weird to say poor. I don't think that's in the right English or grammar there. So poorly, my bad, that's on me. I'll be better. We barely make the wild card, and it's insane. Look at our division: 9-8, 9-8, 8-9, 8-9. How did Sam Howell end the year? 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Probably his best year so far. Rushing, he was quite good on the ground as well. Brian Robinson was fine still, I guess, over that 4 yards per carry mark. Friedman cannot be getting, I have to make sure to remember to, you know, I have to be making sure Jahan Dotson gets more yards than Tony Friedman every year, and almost doubles his touchdowns. That's quite insane. Can we beat the Dallas Cowgirls in the wild card? We lose. I think that is the second or third year, maybe just second. I'm getting off the rails at this point. I can't remember much, but I think we've lost in the wild card quite a few times, and it's not fun. Oh, great. We're bringing Cam Akers, Terry McLaurin's fallen, and Jahan Dotson. We obviously have Friedman, who is an up-and-comer here, and then a superstar development 69 overall guard. That's very peculiar. I've never seen that before. Defensively, we still got some pretty great pieces, and surprised that we've seen the defensive line really stick together here. So we'll see how this can all translate into just yet another season. Wow, we are 0-7 currently. I really don't know what to do with that information. And Sam Howell's second in the NFL in passing yards and has 4 interceptions. That's, I think, all of the ones he had combined last season. Wow. This is really hitting us. I don't know what's going on here. Defensively, I mean, we're getting a lack of pressure for sure. Whose fault is it? It's got to be the defense, right? I mean, we obviously can't fault anyone. I'm sure both the bad. Yeah. So offensive passing, you know, yards per game for us is amazing, but offensive, you know, points per game in general is bad. And we have a bottom 3 defense in the league. We finished 5-12. So Sam Howell, I mean, he is amazing. Like, no doubt. I'm sure that he was very good this season, 4th in the NFL. His interception numbers are still very low. Lack of touchdowns maybe, but just still 460 yards here on the ground. Cam Akers wasn't amazing, but I don't know. There's just something going on within the team right now, inside the locker room here, the walls. I don't know what's going on, but we just aren't winning, and that is not good. Sam Howell is a 94 overall to this point. Friedman is our wide receiver 2. We've got a lot of options at running back. Let's see which one our best one is. Oh, it's Burke. No surprise. We'll have Jahan Dotson. I don't know. Offensive line still looks fine. Nothing insane. And defensively, we're just still holding on. So I don't know. I don't really see any major flaws with this team, and no reason to go 0-7 to start a season again. But we aren't going to be able to see if they do, because I'm just going to start simming full seasons at this point. So we'll just go to the playoffs instead of stopping at mid-season. And I think that this is the last year of Sam Howell's deal. So we'll see how that pans out for the Washington Commanders. If they continue to lose, they might even consider, you know, letting Howell walk or something. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out and how this team performs through the course of the 2030 regular season. I'll catch back with you guys when it's over. We go 9-8, miss the wild card. We finished 3rd in our division. Jahan Dotson was good last game in the season. Sam Howell finishes the season 4th or 5th in the NFL in passing yards, I believe, with 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. Rushing, Luke Burke was atrocious, to say the least. Probably the worst we've seen so far. And Friedman and Jahan Dotson, I guess, not really getting the job done. And Chris Archer, 117 tackles, 19 TFLs, love to see that. And then 15 and 14 sacks, love to see that as well. but unfortunately we did not make a playoff appearance this time around. And will we see a Sam Howell? We will. Kind of already expected it because we had the high overall offense, and normally when you lose a 96 overall quarterback, it seems to impact that sort of thing. So thought Sam Howell was going to stick around. He did, and we now have a superstar young Burke at running back, and Jahan Dotson and Friedman will continue being your wide receivers 1 and 2. Our superstar guard really not playing. Stromberg's got to be getting a little older at this point. We'll do a little check-in here with Sam Howell because he is 30 to this point, 9 years in the league, headed into his 10th. Throw power, you can see all this stuff here. It's not bad at all, and I do want to see his new contract here because I believe it was his contract year. It was, and he extends on a massive deal. He is on contract for the next 4 years, and he is worth a lot of money. Wow. We go 10-7. We aren't even number 1 in our division, and we missed the playoffs again. Luke Burke was not bad, but we'll see how he did on the whole season. I assume it's not great. Sam Howell, 4,266 yards to 30 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Great season from him. But Luke Burke really not getting things going. I guess over 1,000 is good. We had a run game at least. And Friedman and Jahan Dotson's really trying to just take over and doing a good job so far at that. We'll see what the defense looks like. Not a whole lot production everywhere compared to last year, at least. Sam Howell continues as a 96 overall, and Jahan Dotson is actually regressing pretty badly at this point, and we couldn't save him last year with Superstar X Factor, so that regression kind of stays on the same course. So that's kind of unfortunate for him. And Sam Howell is, I guess, kind of staying steady. Oh my lord. And Forrest and Cam Curl are both hitting the regression as well. And we have lost Montez Sweat, and Jonathan Allen is at 76 overall. This is yikes. We finished the season 7-10. Hopefully it's Sam Howell. No, it's not. It's Riley with 5 tackles and interception and a pass defended on the season, or not on the season, on the weekly award here. Sam Howell finishes the season on a great note. Oh my god, he was quite amazing, and we'll see where he's at. He finishes 6th in the NFL in passing yards at 4,200. Only 2 interceptions to 38. This is like, if we go to the Super Bowl here, this is an MVP type season, or if we make the playoffs, that's MVP type season, but unfortunately not quite at that caliber. And Jahan Dotson is doing fine, but how much longer can we really hold on to him as regression continues to hit? So next season this team might look very different with different retirees and just overall moving pieces on the team. We'll see what the Washington Commanders management has to do or wants to do about this team. Sam Howell is regressing now. Sorry, I'm giggling. I'm watching Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show, so excuse my laughing. Sam Howell is hitting the regression. Jahan Dotson is a superstar X Factor, and I have to assume that is because of the a lot of touchdowns last season. Defensively, we have replaced free safety Derek Forrest pretty well, but not Cam Curl. He's gone, and that's unfortunate. He would be a lot better than the next option, which is 62 overall Mumphrey. They can't even spell Humphrey right. 9-8 for this one. Who on the weekly award? It was Sam Howell. It was 272 yards, which isn't impressive, but the 5 touchdowns that follow him that's amazing. Putting up great numbers for his team in the last week. Secure himself a spot in the playoffs over, a win over the Chiefs in the last week to, secure that spot. Is pretty amazing. Sam Howell finished the season 4,400 yards, 32 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. He's proven himself year after year. He's probably one of the better quarterbacks in the league and has been for a while. And Jahan Dotson's just not that guy. He's not there anymore. He's not quite at that caliber that he was, that Sam Howell still is at, because he's not human. But can we beat the San Francisco 49ers in the wild card? I would assume we do, because we are a worse team. Madden is very different. I bet we beat the Rams. Oh boy, the Rams here too, because we are a worse team. We'll be headed into the conference championship. I don't know why Madden does this, but we'll see who wins this one. And this one's not off to a great start, as we are down 21-6, 28-6, and this one doesn't look like it's getting flopped around. We are getting embarrassed here in the playoffs, 38-13. Not a great way to end things for the season in the conference championship. 1 game off of the playoffs, or of the Super Bowl here, and we lose in pretty embarrassing fashion. Very good game from Mark Feldman will knock us out. And Luke Burke up to Superstar X Factor. What a pleasant surprise. Howell's down just yet, 1 overall less. And wide receiving group is starting to kind of depart here. Not seeing a whole lot of great players around Sam Howell still. But the fact that they almost made it to the Super Bowl last year makes it a lot better. They brought in Hunter to play strong safety. Yep. Chase Young's still kicking it. He's still alive somehow. Hasn't seen a lot of injuries because injuries are turned off, but if it wasn't, I'm sure that he'd be injured 7 times by now and would not be in the league. So let's go ahead and see what this team could do in just yet another year. This might even be one of Sam Howell's last years. I can't remember, but on his deal, it's either this year or next year for sure. 13-4. What a way to flip it around, as we have probably not as good a roster as we've had in past years, and instead we have a first round bye. Sam Howell leads the league in passing yards, 4,337, 27 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, less touchdowns than we've seen from him, but Luke Burke had a lot of them. That's why, oh my god, 5 yards per carry. Luke Burke is really taking over and being a great running back for us here in receiving. Rayshawn Crawford's come out and done great things for this team, so that's pretty sick. And 13-4 to the 9-8 Chicago Bears. This is a definite loss for us, even though we are, I think, 2 overalls less than them. So yeah, it's just the way Madden works. If you guys haven't got it by now, write it down somewhere, because that's how it always worked. It makes no sense. Superstar development tight end now. Howell down just yet another overall. Luke Burke still very good. And Crawford, really no depth trade upgrade? I thought that he would, considering he had a great season last season. Hunter up to Superstar, and then Yarborough over here, obviously up to that Superstar X Factor. And then, of course, we have Wiener. You've got to be joking. We have Matthew Wiener on our team. Matthew freaking Wiener. Oh, boy. Sure you call it Wiener or, like, Wiener? It's Wiener. Another first round bye with the same record. 13-4 will be enough, and stats and awards here would have it. Sam Howell is 8th in the league in yards, but that's not the biggest thing. Is our running back actually was number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns and yards. So Sam Howell at 4,100 yards, I mean, virtually, it's 4,090 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, MVP caliber with 500 rushing yards tacked onto that. But Luke Burke was amazing, to say the least. He's taken over and he's doing what he needs to do. Rashawn Crawford here doing well. I do want to see how many tackles this Wiener has, because honestly, okay, never mind, it wasn't as impressive as I thought he'd have like a good season. I was gonna say that Wiener had a massive year, something like that, you know. Ooh, Matthew Wiener with a big upgrade here. We want to get that bull rusher move up. We need that power injected in to the Wiener. Let's go. +2 power moves. Matthew Wiener just continues to get better. Maybe a stamina upgrade would be good for Matthew as well. But can we beat the San Francisco 49ers in the wild card? I doubt it. We do actually win. We barely squeeze it out there. And 28-24. So +4, like a 4-point win against a team that wasn't as great as us regular season record wise. Kind of scary headed into an 11-6 matchup here against the Lions here, and we lose. Oh, we won. Never mind, we're in the Super Bowl. Let's go. I don't know. Super Bowl's happening. We're already down 7-0, but we tie it up real quick, making it 7-7. 7-7. Another touchdown scored there by the Houston Texans. 14-7. 14-14. We tie it up, and we actually had some momentum moving our way for a second there. 17-14, and they're gonna punch another one in. It's gonna be a 10-point game. This one looks pretty out of reach. We'll see what happens here though. And here it is, 3rd and 12. This game is already over. Texans didn't realize they even had possession to take the final knee and take their victory. 2 straight years where we've had that first round bye on the NFC side of things and just really couldn't put it together for a Super Bowl run. 1 game away, and then we lose in the big game. So there's that. We'll go ahead and super sim to the end. You guys don't have to see any of this. What is happening? I broke the video game. There's 0 time on the clock. It's end. Like, it's literally end. And yet we can still play football here. I don't know what's going on. Howell can't get the freaking ball out. Is the game over? No, the game's still not over. What is happening? Madden stinks, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Let's try to go for the big target there. 4th and 21. Maybe a change of possession will help out here. I honestly don't know what's happening. I'm not going to run this football. I still want to try to convert here. This would be quite fun to just play out the rest of this drive. I'll put easily up there on that, that streak route. Can we get something here? Try to get the tight end to go down. And if they have a drive here, I don't know how I'm going to... Oh my God, they have a drive here. What is happening? And there's no play clock or nothing. And they're just going to sit here forever, huh? What? I honestly have no idea what's happening. And it does mark us down as a loss, 27-14 after I exit to main menu. I honestly have no idea how Madden makes it out every year as a published video game. This is very unpolished. So this is Sam Howell's last year of the contract. We'll see he has overall interest. He's very interested, and we'll see if he's back for yet another season as a Washington Commander. If it's a 1-year deal, 2-year, maybe even 3 years at this point, but he is a little older. I think he's headed towards that, that 33 or 4 years old at this point. So we'll see how he's working out over the offseason, see what changes with the team and with Sam Howell. 35-year-old Sam Howell, 14 years in the league. He is still a 93 overall. Great quarterback that I'd love to have on my team. He's back on a 1-year deal, so he's playing year to year at this point in his career. No long-term deal anymore. It's kind of just feeling things out at this point. So good for him, but see what he can do as they are entering just yet another season. I think 2 straight seasons with that first round bye. Sam Howell back on a 1-year, almost $50 million deal. Like, it's crazy what's going on with the Sam Howell career sim, but honestly, he's turned into one of the better quarterbacks, not of all time. Maybe actually, he's thrown for 4,000 yards so many times he hasn't really had a down year. So we'll check record books as well. We are in the wild card, and one last hurrah is like a player that is on his like last leg or whatever. Sam Howell, yep. Okay, so this might be his last year as, I mean, a player in the league here. Coach, I wasn't gonna say anything, but it feels like this might be, oh, for Chase Young. Never mind. So Chase Young actually is going to be the guy that's probably going to retire after this season, especially if we lose. So no, in the terms of passing yards in a career, nothing yet for Sam Howell. But in terms of touchdowns, maybe nothing yet either. So still's got quite a ways to go, it looks like. I don't know. I don't think we checked the season stats here, but almost like, yeah, it's a pretty bad season for Sam Howell. It's still very conservative. And 3,900 yards, not even. It's 3,800, even if you round to the nearest 100, obviously. So honestly, a pretty like down season, but it doesn't matter. Luke Burke is still killing it on the ground. 309 carries, that's 5 per carry at 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Been killing it receiving. Rayshon Crawford still kind of carrying the load in that group there. So we'll see what's going on here against the Minnesota Vikings. Can Washington Commanders beat the Minnesota Vikings? And nope, just cut my sentence off there, would you? Sam Howell's down to a 90 overall. Burke is just getting started, and that tight end is still very good. You have Langford here, who's a superstar. Just make sure to go ahead and put him up here real quick. Make him the wide receiver one. And is he starting in the slot? He's oh, he is. Okay, this is just the actually free safety, right? Yeah, look at me go. I know this team like the back of my hand. We suck at corner. Oh my God, the Pat McAfee show has to be the best show football related in a long time, especially when Aaron Rodgers is on. It's amazing. But we do have a first round bye. I gotta collect myself here, and we have a very good rusher and a very good passer. All right, Sam Howell back up to those 4,000 yards, only 4 interceptions. When was the last time he went over 5 interceptions in a season? Real question, because I feel like he's just had 2 or 4 interceptions for a while now. So career stats, I think we're already on it, but look at this. 5, okay, so 6. So in 2033, and we're in 2037, and he hasn't thrown over 5 interceptions. And even before then, it's been 2031. Like, it's crazy. 10-7 against us at a 12-5 in the divisional. We'll see if we can come out victorious here. This feels like a winnable one, but I think we might, yeah, we might lose, and we did. We'll see what this team does. At this point, Sam Howell's just playing on 1-year deals after 1-year deals, electing to not retire after he puts up a solid season. And I don't know, we'll see if he comes back another year, and this team might continue to change as guys continue to kind of phase out. Sam Howell is back, and it looks like they might have drafted a replacement already, and we do have another superstar back that's ready to back up Burke here, Luke Burke. But Sam Howell at this point, 37, 16 years in the league. he still is very good and very capable, and we'll see if he can continue putting his team at the top of the NFC in just yet another season. Okay, well, I accidentally simmed to the Super Bowl, but we did make the playoffs. I don't know at what point we stopped. But we'll go ahead and look at the season stats here. Sam Howell's 4,000 yards is good for 11th in the league, 31 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. A very good season from him. Luke Burke might be on the downtrend here after 8 years in this league, and receiving is fine. Nothing insane though. Langford is up to superstar X Factor, and Sam Howell might want to stick around pulling Aaron Rodgers with Garrett Wilson here. Stick around for the young guy's development and see if he can really break out. So we'll see. Maybe last year for Sam Howell. I don't know. Like I said, he's just playing 1 year deal to 1 year deal. And as long as he can stay suited for the job, he's going to be playing. So we'll send him straight to the playoffs, end of the year. See what's happening. And we missed the playoffs, but it wasn't a bad record. We go 9-8. That is above 500. Sam Howell has fallen off, going 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Definitely a lot different than we've seen from anybody else. And Jamal Langford does go over 1,000 yards, but not really exploding onto the scene or anything. So Sam Howell kind of meh, and this team kind of meh. Might be time for him to go. I will go ahead and actually check the records though. 7th all time in passing yards is Sam Howell at the end of his career, which is quite insane. I mean, we don't even know if he's done yet. He does have a chance to pass Herbert pretty easily, Favre and Manning, and could become the 4th. Oh my God, Sam Howell could actually beat Mahomes if he stays another year with another massive year. I mean, it'd be very, very close, and I don't think he'd put over 5,000 yards. So I'd say the maximum that he could do in just a next year would be 4th all-time in passing yards, and I guess we can get a passing touchdowns here, and Sam Howell is even higher on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6th all-time in passing touchdowns, just behind Aaron Rodgers with another season. Could definitely be passing up to 4th of all time. So 4th all-time in both touchdowns and career passing yards would be insane way to send off for Sam Howell. Might give him some motivation to come back for another year. We'll see. Yep, no more Sam Howell. I will make a little look around the league, make sure he isn't on some other team for the last year. I don't know. I highly doubt that's the case, but we'll check it out. Seem to be a very loyal guy to the Commanders. So no, Sam Howell is no longer in the league. He finishes 7th all-time in passing yards and 6th all-time in passing touchdowns. Very, very good career for him. Led the Commanders to 1 Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls and 1 Super Bowl win. Led him to a championship and made the playoffs year after year after year, and just put up great season after great season, putting his team in the best chance and best situation to win football games. So that'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe. That'll be all for me. Thank you guys for watching. Deuces.